Yo, 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 what's up? We are here. Myself, my co host, Dory Jones. We are here for Madness First Timer Spotlight on Onyx Comics. And where are you, Ernest?
You said co-host, and I'm like, I was waving, and I'm like, well, they can't see me waving. I was like this. I'm like, hi,
They could
hi.
not be waving yet and hear you.
Dory's here, but I'm like all waving backstage, like they can see me.
All right. So I want to introduce you all to my friend, Mr. Ernest McClendon.
There he is, Ernest.
What's happening, my friend? How you doing, brother?
What's happening?
Right.
Woo-hoo.
Awesome. I've been waiting a long time for this moment. You know that.
Yes, I have. And my fault that I've been keeping you waiting.
You have been keeping me waiting.
Well, I was with him, Ernest. He wasn't totally alone, so he was all right.
Okay.
All right. So, check this out, you guys. I've known Ernest for a long time, okay? Ernest's been putting art all over my house for a long time. All right.
He was showing me your pieces in the green room before we came on. It's like,
I've been and Ernest has bigger aspirations than just being an artist.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about what you're doing, my friend?
Well, what I'm doing now is I'm an artist foremost. But I see a lot of our independent artists trying to do Kickstarters. So I did a Kickstarter. Man, that was the hardest. I'm gonna reference it as a man having a baby.
Oh my God, Ernest! Today's my last day of my campaign, so keep going.
Yeah.
You're talking. He's expressing my emotions right now. I love this.
Yes, that was the hardest thing. I said I can't do it in the Kickstarter. So what I did was I sat down and I was trying to figure out how to make money other ways than that. So when I figured it out, I asked my wife. She my wife is known as Mrs. Onyx. Pops knows that. Mrs. Onyx. Yeah, she knows as Mrs. Onyx. So when we do shows, she knows as Mrs. Onyx. So I said, okay. Pops be like, man, dude, you gotta get a book out. You gotta get get something out.
That sounds like you, Pops. Like this checks out. This checks out.
You gotta get something. You gotta get something out. So I said, okay. So I went to Devin. I don't know where Devin's at. A friend of mine, he's in Houston, a heck of a writer. He says, dude, I got this story called 13 Tribes.
Ooh.
I'm like, what? And he told me, I said, man, go for it. So he wrote it up and we produced the book. And so far it's he got it in the stores in Texas.
Nice.
And then I shot the book to Pop. Pop was like, dude, it's about time.
Dude.
He was like, when did you put? I said, I produced it. We released it at MegaCon first.
Yep.
And Devin sold 240 books.
Nice.
So I was like, okay. So now when I gave it to Pop, Pop was like, dude, you got to come on the podcast and you got to tell people what this book about, and we got to get this book in stores. Yep. And the best thing is, book 2 will be out by Christmas. We're trying to make this a quarterly book every 3 months.
Okay.
So it's crazy. Well, I'm not in the book. I'm just a publisher, and that's what I'm trying to learn, the other side of the art world, the business side, publishing. learn how to set up, contracts. That's ignoring.
Is that what Mrs. Onyx is doing? Is she going to do that part of
Yeah, well, honestly, she does all that for me.
it?
She said,
Nice.
I mean, I can truly say I would not be this far if it wasn't for my wife.
Hmm.
I
I
can
have to
truly,
own the fact that I kind of got what do you call that? Not easy, but it was a piece of my puzzle I didn't have to worry about because I've been in business for 3 decades. So I just got to take those skills and apply them over here. So that was pretty cool.
yeah. You know what? I'll be honest, as an artist, I have the business skills, but when I sit down and I start that stuff, I'm gonna feel my mind start to wonder. Before you know it, man, I'm drawing and the business thing that went out the window, and
You
she
haven't
did,
you haven't drank anything. Your coffee goes cold.
yeah,
Is that,
and
is
it's
that
crazy.
right,
You know,
Ernest?
I don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee, but
Okay.
I drink a lot of water and iced tea lemonade mix.
I was switching to iced tea when I was doing my haiku book just because I was like, well, I'm drinking this stuff cold anyway because I'm arting over here. I'm arting.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
Miss
yeah,
Rena.
a lot of real mix. But far as that, yeah, I mean, Pops has really. I mean, I wish you could have seen his face. I said, "Pops, look what I got." He like, dude,
But
what is that?
I
He was
kind of
like,
know that face. I kind of know that face, Ernest.
you know that?
This man, I'm pointing right all up in his little space over here. This man's responsible for me losing 24 pounds, illustrating my book that's ending today. It's his fault. I lost 24 pounds illustrating that book because I'd forget to eat.
Man, you know what? Well, I'm lucky if
I
I'm
didn't know
like
how to. I'm sorry.
my wife brings food downstairs to me. If
I was gonna say I did not have a Mrs. Onyx to bring me any dinner.
so, my wife looks out for me very well. She do. She looks
I
out
love.
for me, and I am thankful.
I
And I,
don't even know her, and I love her already. She a good
yeah,
woman. Bring
yeah,
while
she
you
is. And
and
you know what? And she's all into like the cosplay. When we
oh,
did
hello. This
we
is
did
why you're
we
so married and happy. Did she dress up for you, Ernest? Is that what you're saying?
yes, she has this character.
Oh, that's rad. That's
It's cool. She has this character called it's a fairy. It's a dominatrix fairy.
rad. I have a dominatrix outfit, but I've never done the fairy part. That sounds very interesting. I
Yeah,
must need. I have to get her.
This is
I might
not
have to get her.
I mean,
I'm just trying to talk about comic books over here, and Ernest and I.
No, I said women. Like dominatrix. I'm good with that.
She's like, wait, hold on, back up to the dominatrix
yeah.
part.
But far as that, we being a publisher, it really is different because me and my wife, we had to read about what a publisher does. So so I'm gonna start this week reaching out to a friend of mine in Hawaii. He has a comic book store. So try to talk to him. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. It
Well,
is.
Yeah, and
we,
make.
we already sent you. We already sent you the.
See, that's Devin.
Yeah,
That's
link
Devin calling me. That's Devin calling me now.
Oh, is that
Devin, get out here. Go.
Hi, Devin.
Yes.
I did that. Ernest, you guys have comic book stores around where you guys are located close to you, like near you? Oh, did he take the call? Did he freeze?
Well,
he
probably took the
I
call.
think his
He'll be back. It's all good. He'll be back. Miss Rena, yes, Daniel Parker was on our show. Yes,
oh, this is his website. Is that what you've got up, Pops?
Yeah. That's I'll go through some of the stuff that they got up there. They got I think they might have some of the art and the book, but man, let me tell you what. Ernest is awesome. When my son got married, Ernest sent my son and his wife a portrait, 11 by 17, like Thor there, right?
Yeah.
Only he asked who are their favorite heroes, and my son said Gambit, and Nicole said Wonder Woman. So he sent one of those, the pose where Gambit's like this, and Wonder Woman's facing that way. He's like holding her from behind, she kind of looking up, like, dude. It was like,
all right, I'm back. That was Devin. Devin's about to link up now. I forgot Devin's in Texas. He's an hour behind.
I was asking Ernest, do you have comic book stores near where you are, like locally?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do. And and the bad thing is, crazy thing is, I don't go to them.
Well, the only reason I ask, and I told Pops this, is now my book's not a comic book, but it did get me to start some conversations with a few of them. And I've gotten to, emailing, at least 2 of them have replied, and we know each other by first name now, and I plan on going in the store. And all I did, honestly, Ernest, all I did was Google what's near me, comic book near me. And then I'd Google and I'd click and I'd go to the website, I'd do the contact me, and I just hunted them. That's how I got a hold of them. I mean, out of like 6, I think that I messaged, I now have a dialogue with 2. Now, of course, like I said, I don't have a comic book.
Right before Ernest froze up there, I was about to say, now I already hooked Ernest up with the link for Liberty and the link for Comics Mainstream.
Right.
The people we are aware of that are doing that, trying to put your books in stores. Danny down there at the Collective, we're gonna work as hard for Ernest as we do for anybody else, whether it's a Kickstarter or whatever. I'm so glad that this is happening. I've been on Ernest about this for a long time.
For a long time. And the crazy thing is, Devin. And the crazy thing is, I met Devin 6 years ago, and he's been saying, "Dude, we gotta do a comic book. We gotta do a comic book." But I'm one of the artists. I don't want to do a 28, 64, 1,000-page book. My attention span is like that. 10 pages, 12 pages, I'm ready to move on. And that's how Bertha Butt, my character, is. I got 10-page stories. That's it. And then she move on to another scenario, because
cool thing about that, though,
I don't want to get
I said the cool thing about that is you can put those stories in anybody's anthologies.
Yeah.
Everybody that does anthologies wants that 4 to 10-page story.
Yeah. So
I mean? There we go. We got Devin.
What he just described is the kind of artist I'm going to need to do my book next year.
Yeah, but Devin, when I say Devin is a machine when it comes to writing stories, Devin has about 4 or 5 books done and about 4 or 5 books ready to be printed.
Nice.
That'd be Devin's book right there.
That'd be Devin's book right there.
Welcome to the First Timer Spotlight on. Welcome to the comic related matter.
Oh, look, it's Thomas. I love it.
We're using my son's laptop, so
no, I have 2 boys, and
I'm
my God,
by the way, and I'm just trying to get it all set up and checking everything, but yeah, I didn't know how to change it, so I just went along with it. He's the one that used the laptop and StreamYard, so
that's a perfect avatar. I approve. I love it.
That's a cool avatar, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's one of the few children's books I didn't want to shoot myself for reading. Like some of them I'm like,
but that's my nephew, though. That's my nephew. This crazy self.
This crazy self. I love it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need you to resend me those links, Pops, because since I've been home from Kentucky, I'm gonna have to reach out to them. So that's part of my.
What you're saying, Ernest, is that we have much more material to look forward to coming. Is what you're saying between the story and
because Devin is like.
No, they can't see me.
Devin is running wild with the story. So
That's good. That's awesome.
you know, my job is as long as he keep producing the stories and getting them inked and colored, we're gonna keep publishing them.
Yes, we are.
Yes, he said. There you go. There you go,
Yes,
Devin.
we are. That's the way to do it. You know, like just do it.
Yeah, that's basically what we're doing, because I was just informed today that we're 20 pages into the second book.
Second book.
And the
Excellent.
second book is actually supposed to be 28 pages. So the next thing that we're about to do is go snatch this Indonesian inker, and he's gonna stop doing what he's doing so he can actually ink the book for us.
Nice.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would imagine we're gonna get to this, but can someone give me a straight pitch about 13 Tribes, but no spoilers? Because I'm like the anti-spoiler girl. So don't.
All right, Devin. You own, Devin. Hit it.
Don't spoil it for me, Devin. I might come through the screen.
No, I'm gonna give you the basis of the story.
Okay.
There's a young man. He gets pushed into another dimension. Okay. The people in that dimension have already been in our world. As a matter of fact, they were conquerors. Okay. So they consider us savages. So they begin to train him as a knight. And he's even better and deadlier than they thought he would be. But the whole time he's out fighting campaigns for his king and for the High Council, he's having premonitions that something bad is going to happen to his mom. Okay.
Ooh.
So the whole setup is he escapes. He crosses 13 worlds and battles 13 tribes to get back to this dimension to save his mother.
So that's what the name 13 Tribes come from. And what we're planning is having 13 books where
he has to go to the world. Holy crap. Well, and 13, and Devin, I don't know if meant this, but do you know how spiritual the number 13 is? Is there anything to that using the number 13?
We haven't gotten into that. The actual truth, guys, is I came up with 13 tribes, and I'm a big fan of 100 bullets. Okay, so you're gonna see some stuff coming from us down and dirty like that. But the whole concept is I wanted a number for the book. So I started with 13, but then it went from the first set of being 13 to him fighting the campaigns, and we're going to do 13 books. Then him trying to escape, and he's actually going to battle 13 tribes. But then I was thinking, when he gets to each world, how about we do 13 stories in each world until he gets back here?
I'm all about symbolism and adding in like things like that, like these I don't know what you guys call them in the comic book world, but like in my world it's like symbolic things that mean something. Like I did a meditation book, and I picked the number 21 for a very specific reason, because it has these really ancient history to the significance of the number, which was my curiosity about the number 13 for you.
Okay. And then I have people back here and they keep saying, you're saying that character, but you haven't said Kwafi yet and said the character's name. So everybody, the character is called Kwafi. That is actually the main character.
But what I can say, what I like about the story is that if you are a man and your mom calls, it's like you got to go right away.
You know what I thought of immediately when he said that, Ernest, was what is his name? The kid, Darth Vader, Anakin. You remember when Anakin kept dreaming about his mom?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? That was there's so many of, I love that. I think that he hit the nail on the head. That's this kind of thing that most sons would definitely do. They battle.
Yes.
Would definitely battle 13 worlds and 13 tribes for their mom.
Yep.
For their mom. Yes, sir.
This quote right here by I believe is Ernest. All I need is a clean sheet of paper and an ink pen.
Yep. Yeah. Well, but shoot, well,
I love that.
but that's all I need. But shoot, them just need a space to write, and he just go crazy with it.
Mm-hmm.
They
Doesn't
just
matter what I write with. Lipstick,
lipstick,
markers,
marker.
pens,
Do
whatever.
you ever voice record some of your ideas and writings there, Devin?
Do you want to know the truth about that?
I
actually sat down
how many
once.
voice memos I have? Oh my god.
No, because for some reason I don't like my voice. So when I start doing it, I'm going, no, I'll write it. And I think it's more of a written thing for writers anyway, because I have a hard time with computers and typing.
You know, one of the reasons I asked Devin, because Ernest talked a little bit about how many stories you have and how.
Ernest, look at
Hi,
the
grandkid, kid alert, kid alert. Hi.
It's your buddy. It's your buddy.
That's my buddy right there.
Yep. Oh, don't be dropping stuff. Go find your brother.
I was curious because one of my favorite poets that I follow that in my world improved my poetry was Douglas Kearney. And Douglas Kearney is a performer of his poetry. Like he most of the time will perform it before he'll publish it, because when he speaks it as an orator and it comes from him that way, in his opinion, it's usually different, not necessarily better, but definitely different. And it was just something I was going to ask you, is if you ever voice record. I had an ex who did rap and he recorded everything. He voice recorded everything.
I've gone before with my wife, actually, to a poetry show because I do poetry. And Ernest doesn't know that I'm really thinking about doing a comic book, and it's poetry.
That's what I did, thanks to Pops.
Did you really?
Wait, this nigga, Devin, you missed the part about how I lost 24 pounds illustrating a haiku poetry book because of this man whose tile's above me right now. Yes, I did an illustrated haiku poetry book. Half of the book is singular artwork, and the other half is story panel pages. I illustrated them in comic book fashion using panel pages.
Okay.
So that's the book I have out right now. So yes, there's a future in it because my campaign is funded, Devin. You'll be just
What's
fine.
it called? We're gonna have to trade books or something. I want it now.
Hold
Yeah,
up.
it's tonight till 11:59. Well, Frog G actually put the link in chat. The other thing, Devin,
I just did again. So yeah,
you guys will shut me up anytime. I'm sorry. You guys brought the writer in the room, and now the writer in me. First, I was the artist talking to Ernest as the artist, getting all excited about art, and now the writer poet girl's here with Devin in the room, and I'm like, because I do all of that, and I'm like, I'm a sponge, you guys. Don't hate me.
She also is a stand-up
okay.
She does all kinds of stuff, man.
Okay, now I got you guys. Since you're here, I want to talk about Eastern and Western distribution.
Yeah,
that's what I want to talk about.
I don't know anything about. Are you talking about the distribution publishing thing? I don't know anything about
Yeah.
that.
That's Pop's connection roll right there. That's Pop's connection roll right there.
I'll go ahead and put one banner up in the link right here. Okay, this one. This is our friend Barry and Grant over there at Indie Bolt, Liberty Entertainment Distribution. Okay, and the goal is, putting books on store shelves, but they have a very unique policy of money, not a money back, but like a trade-in policy. If you put your books on somebody's shelf and they don't sell, they can trade them back in, get something else out of the warehouse, as long as they send them in decent condition back. They arrive bagged and boarded in a Liberty box. They're really trying to do this right, as opposed to like the Diamond. You get whatever we throw at you, take it and like it. It's like the retailers can go through the catalog, pick the books that they think will fit with their customers. And, if they buy the stuff and it doesn't sell, they can trade it in for something else, which keeps the retailers coming back to the catalog, if you understand what I'm saying. So, That's one of them. Those guys are up here in Michigan. They're up here in Michigan. And then there's Comics Mainstream. That's Adam Watson. He's in the Madness, Ernest. You can find him. Adam Watson.
Okay.
Can you
And-
click on the image to the my right of the girl with the blue shirt? What is that?
Which one? The
Top-
Bertha Butt? That's the
Top,
Bertha
no,
Butt?
I don't want to see a butt. I'm sorry, guys. Don't be offended. I want to see the one that's to the right. That's like black and white. It looks like a werewolf of some kind. Yeah, that. What's that?
it's-
Ooh, what is that?
It's
What
a
is
Green
that?
Lantern.
That's a lantern.
I don't know. You guys, I'm not in the comic book world. I don't know who anybody is.
Oh, okay.
If it's not,
Green
if it's
Lantern.
not Wonder Woman, I probably don't know.
It's
That's-
one of the lanterns. I'm not sure which one.
I love that. I'm learning, like I'm getting far more appreciative of simplicity with black and white stuff. I'm a huge colorful painter type, and I see stuff like that, and I go, I might want to remove some of the color from some of the stuff I do.
Okay, so I want everybody to check the cost on that. $5. $5.
$5.
Yeah, we wanted to make it bigger.
Yeah, we see Devin was coming. He said we need to make it bigger, but I was like, dude, okay, that's fine and dandy, but the printing cost is what kills everybody. When it
You
comes,
sure it isn't shipping?
huh?
It's not shipping?
Because see, I used to work as a printer, and when people come in with black and white books, there's a significant difference in price.
Man,
But-
that book looked good.
Definitely black and white. I would imagine would be. This is the one that's $5.
Yeah.
Yes. This is 13 tribes right here.
Look at it, look at it, and it still smells brand new, don't it? I can
Yeah,
I can smell it through the, I can smell it through the screen.
Oh yeah, you
does.
just got me there. You just got me there. Like I just took a big old whiff. Like I could actually smell it because I'm that girl that like I go to old libraries or go to libraries just to get the smell. Excuse my French. I just said the F word. Anyway, that is a smell that the only thing close is maybe leather, maybe sawdust, maybe. But yeah, that's a smell. Just such a good
Where are you guys at?
I'm in
Me?
Michigan.
Where are you?
I'm in
Michigan.
I'm in a mountain town that's part of the county of San Diego.
Okay, so you're in San Diego and he's in Michigan?
Yep.
Yep.
And I grew up 45 minutes southwest of New Orleans. I'm a Bayou Cajun rat. Bayou rat, they used to call us.
And I
Okay.
live here. I was born in Minnesota. I spent 35 years in Arizona, and now I live in Michigan.
I want to do a con in Arizona.
Which one?
Why? It's too
No,
hot.
I'm trying to think of
There's good colors. Good
I
colors.
can't think of the name of the con, and I hate to say it's the one where the guy came looking for the Power Ranger.
Oh, you talking about Phoenix?
Bingo, the Phoenix Con. That's what it is.
Yeah. What is up, Doc Blaylock? What's happening?
Yeah.
Man, this like I said, I've been waiting for a while. I knew Ernest had something in the works. He sent it to me. I got to read it. It's an amazing book, man. And look, you're not gonna find the $5 books that are this good nowhere. You're not gonna go to the LCS and pull a $5 book off the shelf that looks this good.
Thank you, sir. We worked really hard for that book.
I don't know. Now, see, I ain't seen book 2, and Devin talking about it make book 1 look crazy.
Oh, wait till you see book 2.
That almost sounds like shots fired. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Wait till you see book 2.
He's
What's going on here?
Hold up. You're talking about we got book 1 right here, okay?
Uh-huh.
Like this is some straight action stuff, okay? I think I said pretty much this whole book seemed to be action. There wasn't a whole lot of messing around. Page after page after page, they're duking it. There's stuff happening. I'm going one page at a time, you guys. This is like it's action. There's very little hey, look what we're very little talk. There's a whole lot of action. I love this book. But when you this page right here, look, come on, guys.
That's wicked, ain't it? That's wicked, ain't it?
Come on.
Nice.
Everybody's pointing their gun at him, and dude's like, "Yeah, I got you."
I got you with my sights.
I actually, when I was writing that book, I was sitting down and I had been reading a lot of different stuff. And for me, it was too much talking. I was getting books and it was like the whole thing was them working up to something. And on the last page, the character pops his claw and that's the end of the book. And you spent like $5 for that.
Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what we're talking about. Indie comics is the way comics should be, the way they used to be. Where you had a story, you had a fight, and then, a cliffhanger at the end, sure. But you still had some action during the book.
Right.
You got to have that. Look, this book is all action, you guys. It's all action. It's the first book, and it's setting the stage for ass kicking is all it does.
Yeah. Because I was telling my wife, I said the third issue, and she said, what? I said the third issue, I'm going to actually try to do something different. I'm like, the first 4 pages, we're going to get all the talking out of the way.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And everything from that point, you don't even need, I'm like, you don't need me. All I want is clash, crunch, clang, and screaming the whole rest of the book. For at least 20 pages.
So, did you do this?
Did I? That is straight up William Allen Reyes. That is Warpath, and that is Fabio.
Okay.
And because you're the writer, right, Devin? Do you do the art too?
No way. I can't even draw. No.
Okay.
Don't do the I can't draw thing because I'll just give you a lecture.
No, it's not me. I did not draw. I ran into a lot of friends out there because I've been trying to break into comic books since 1995. Okay, so I have friends. Larry Stroman actually did the alternate cover for me.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. We have an alternate cover for that. And I went online. I'm like, Larry, let me ask you something. And he was like, could you do a cover for me? And he was like, yeah. And I'm thinking he's joking. And he's like, are you going to send me some references or what? And I'm like, Larry Stroman, Mr. X-Force, Mr. X-Men is like, send me references so I can get started on your cover.
And I got that cover right here with me hanging on my wall.
So is the art? Oh, sorry.
Where can I see that one?
Next, I was going to ask Devin: is the artwork done by your artist? Is it digital, or are they doing actual? What do you call it? Pure? Or is it, what is it called? I don't know what the language is.
Those are pencils. Those are they're straight pencils. And once he does the pencils, he hands it. That book right there, believe it or not, was not inked. That's straight pencils. And Fabio came in and he's like, hey man, we can get this done a lot faster. And I'm like, how? He's like, I can color right on top of the pencils. And I'm like, no way.
On the actual original art he colored?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm digging that. I'm a purist. I have to admit, and I'm a fine art painter. I paint on canvas, and I hand painted all the pages for my book. So this is why my curiosity goes to. I want to know what the art is like. Like, what's the art like? I have started dabbling and doing some things digital, but my heart still lies in doing the original art.
Oh, my wife just said you need to see the sketchbook then. Because we did a sketchbook for 13 Tribes and they like sold out like
I'm not shocked.
In like a day. No, but I'm actually thinking about doing an art book, like taking about a year, and all of my friends that I have, having everybody actually.
Absolutely.
Ernest.
The other thing that's really something
I'm talking to you, Ernest. You do an art book too.
Where's your art book? Ernest is like, are you drawing right now, Ernest?
Oh yeah, he is.
I'm sorry.
He is. You're drawing right now. He's not even paying attention to us, Pops, because he's that kind of artist. I get it.
You know what? And it's crazy. Since we've been back from Kentucky, Lexington, I opened back up my commissions, and it's like all of a sudden I got like 5-6 commissions that I got to do by next week. So it's like, okay.
Oh, the hardship of commission work, Ernest.
So yeah.
You know what's so cool about that, Ernest? And I'm so congrats, okay? Because up until May maybe, when Pop suggested I illustrate my poetry, I had only done one commission piece in all of the 7-something plus years and decades of my life once. Totally anti-commission. Totally don't even ask me to do commission work, right? And then I get into this world and I'm following you guys and I'm like, And literally within one like 24-hour period, I got like 3 commission pieces and I'm like, who am I? Who am I? I don't even know who I am anymore.
No.
We change careers around here. That's what we do.
I know. This guy up here and look at, and Frog G is all modding in the mod. If you guys don't know who Frog G is in the mod, he's my favorite. No offense to any other moderator out there on the planet. Please do not come yell at me. But Frog G's my favorite. He's my favorite.
This guy shows up in everybody's stream. He posts all the links pertinent to the stream in the chat. Mm-hmm. And he does it like for everybody's show, not just mine. He's all over the place. He's one of those
an
guys
artist himself.
Well, yeah, and he makes some killer dice too.
Yes.
You guys play,
okay, that's artwork.
He makes killer dice.
I'm super excited to tell Devin that what he was saying about the book, where he's like going to try to get all the dialogue out of the way. When I embarked on this idea that Pops gave me about illustrating my poetry, like I had done artwork and I had written poetry, but I'd never really actually done them like together or to try to like do that together. Like I had never done that before. And it was the best. I can't even describe how perfectly of a suggestion that was, because what Devin was saying earlier about you can tell a story with art. You really can.
Oh, yeah.
And my biggest hope for anyone who gets my haiku book is that they can really see the artwork and know that it matches the words. If they feel that it conveys the words of the haiku, then I'll know my job was done good. That's one of my art. We see Pops is showing off my artwork. Oh my god!
Good story art right there.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is an example of, because if you notice, now this is you comic book guys. What do you call this? It's Pops, where there's 3 panels, but they're not really separate because they're all one image. I don't know. You guys know, but but haikus have 3 lines of text, and so that's how it is. Like the Grim Reaper represents the first line of the haiku, etc. And I wouldn't normally take up your time to talk about me, but Devin is a poet, and you know how I get about poets, Pops. I get all that flutter and excited.
I'm gonna actually have to do something. I think in the back of maybe one of the 13 Tribes books.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Look,
Devin, that's a great idea.
Part of what? Okay, like she just like took a little moment of her own time, and this is kind of what the madness does. It networks people together. It brings people together, and some awesome stuff has come out of some of these collaborations.
I have no problem with it.
Oh, dude, there's been some amazing stuff.
This is that piece Pops was just holding up is on my shirt. I had a T-shirt made. This is the other thing, Devin. The other thing you guys need to do with your character and your 13 tribes is just. I'm assuming you guys have merch on your site. You have merch. You're showing, the Grim Reapers.
We have T-shirts already.
Okay, good.
The page, the page that he showed that he likes so much with the guns.
Okay.
I have a white T-shirt of that.
Nice.
I'm so sorry that we can't get the camera up, because when I showed the T-shirts here in Houston, everybody went nuts.
Yeah, well, because I want to see. Are you talking about the one that's inside the book with all the guns that are around that one guy?
Yeah, that's a T-shirt.
You know what I love about that picture, and if Pops can show it again, what I love, and I don't know if anybody noticed this, but I could be wrong. Oh, you already saw my shirt. We don't need to keep looking at Dory's chest. No.
He's talking about the page from 13 Tribes.
Look at Pops. He's like, I don't know. You guys are just
open this again. How many times you guys?
And Pops, the other T-shirt is the picture that he has where he's standing up shooting.
Oh, okay, with the red, all that red behind up there. No, all the guns. Okay,
that's one of the T-shirts.
You know what? I love the fact that all the guns are the same color.
Okay, Pops, the shirt, the picture with him shooting off the guy's head, and he's like standing there. It's a splash page.
Let me see.
I had to look up that one day.
That's it.
That's it.
T-shirt.
Okay, that's
the T-shirt I wear to all the shows.
You do his head up here in the corner, flying away.
Yep.
Oh, and the last page, the very last page in the book, that's a T-shirt.
The black and whites.
No, the black and white picture that Rudy Vasquez did. The one that says sketchbook. That's done by a friend of mine named Rudy Vasquez. That's a T-shirt.
Nice. That's so rad. I didn't like it. Wouldn't have even like. I honestly would have even. I kind of already put my artwork on products and merch that's not related to my campaign, but like. It was this making something from my book was pretty exciting. So how does that make you feel, Devin? Like what kind of feeling does that give you?
You know what? I've done comic books a while, but it's something about this book. It just the book, the way the people are responding to the book is just crazy. Everybody's seeing this one book. Every once in a while, you just have a hit, and it's a hit. It's a hit album for me, if you want to say it, or a hit book, because everybody sees this book, and they're like, normally when I go places, I have to give a long pitch. Hi, what's going on? This is 13 Tribes. This is my book. I'm Devin Richard. I'm with Onyx Comics. Blah, 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 blah. I don't even get to do that now. People are like, hey, let me get one of those. And before you know it, they're reaching in their pocket, just pulling out a 5. Or if I'm here and I have other stuff on the table, like those posters, they're like, dude, let me get that and that poster. And what's that? Because one of the posters is a poster of Oblivion, okay? Which is another book we're going to have to work on that I'm actually thinking about doing just a one-shot story. Pops, do you have that poster?
Is that a different book? Ernest, was that the other book you showed us? Was there, because there was another book he showed us earlier.
There's a blue there's a blue poster. It has Oblivion fighting. No, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
Hold on. Let me go get it.
That's not it. I was going to say,
get to work.
Yeah, let me go. Let me go get it.
I'm adoring talking to Devin, but I think it's even more adorable that Ernest is actually arting right now. Like he's sketching.
Because when Ernest met me and stuff, I had already done an Oblivion book when Ernest met me, but it's my character, so I'm just carrying him around wherever I want to go.
I'll tell you what, Dory, Ernest has a stack or 2 stacks of his own art like this. I've seen him. Okay.
So what you're saying is if he sells his art, he could probably like buy a mansion or something. Like if he puts his Devin, do you do that? Does your site have some of the artwork from your artists, the originals?
No, not my artist ain't giving up no.
I can relate. Oh, okay, I can relate.
No, I don't have no original artwork. You know, I had to say that one time. I was like, what? you know, I don't have any original papers. He's like, oh yeah, I know, because I have them all. He's like, oh, dude, we send you prints and stuff online, but you're not getting the original. The original.
See, the whole thing is you can make a lot of money off some of them pages.
Yeah.
That's why that's why those artists are holding on to them, Pops.
No, I'm like, those are my pages. They're not your pages. You paid for me to draw some stuff for you, and I sent it to you online. It's in the comic book. They're holding those. They're holding, especially War. He's holding all of those pages.
Well, I ask because I mean, I'm not going to try to disparage my actual book, but a lot of the success of my campaign came from original artwork in my campaign. The artwork, because I luck out in being both the writer and the artist. But that and the fact that in my book, and not, you know, whenever the time comes for you to do a poetry book, because you will, because Devin, I know you will. Now that you've had the book, you will. One of the things that helped fund my campaign was the fact that part of my perks was people getting to contribute for volume 2. I have a haiku written for my volume 2 that's not mine, so there will be a co-written by contributor on my volume 2 because they wanted their haiku in my book and they were willing to pay what I put. That was pretty rad. That was pretty rad. I still get to do the artwork that's going to go with it, but they wrote the haiku.
Okay.
So, so there was a couple of, actually there was quite a few of those kind of things where I was going to write haikus for the backer, or the one, I did have one in there where I'm a control freak. I don't like to do let go of a lot of stuff. So I did offer one opportunity for someone to contribute, and it was backed. I was like, whoa, that's pretty rad. Somebody wants to be in my volume 2.
Well, we're thinking about
Frog G's are putting, that's his haiku. He wrote a haiku for me. Oh my God. You know that, Devin, you know that thing where you're saying you don't have to give the big long pitch about your book anymore?
Yeah.
I kind of felt like my moment of arrival was when all of my creators in the independent world started writing me haikus. They're all sending me haikus.
No, because I'm getting all of these people now, because I was with another organization, and it's like I'm trying to get other stuff done too. So it's actually cool to have people that are like actually trying to back you. And Ernest, him and his wife just showed up, and they're like, "We got you."
Because I was like, Devin, I need a book to publish for my company. But by the way, because this is the blue photo, Pops. This is the one that's hot. Look at that.
Are you only going to be publishing comic books, Ernest?
No. I'm going to try to do an array of stuff.
That's gorgeous. Wait, who did this piece? This is the one he was talking about?
Yeah.
That's oblivion.
I'm all about the blue. I don't know what it is. Is this not the same artist that did the guns in that other picture, is it?
Yeah, that's Warpath.
It is.
Warpath.
I can see, my eyes pick up color palettes. I can usually spot an artist by the color palette choice, and I love this. Is it a man? I don't want to,
Yeah, it's a dude.
It's a dude.
It's a dude. No, his gender doesn't matter, but I love this man's use of that color blue. Is my point. That color blue is an incredible color in general, and
but that wasn't Warpath. He didn't pick that color. Fabio
picked
and looked at
someone else did the coloring.
Yes, he doesn't do any inks or any color.
Well, whoever your colorist is, and I love the blue.
Okay. I will tell Fabio that in Brazil that you like his work.
I love that blue because it's one of those. I think there's so many blues out there, but I don't know what it is. There's blues and greens that I think are underused. That's just my opinion.
Okay, and guys, that you just saw will probably be the next book coming from Onyx Comics.
Nice.
We are going to have to do that story. Everybody keeps stopping, and they're like, dude, what's going on in that picture, and where is the story? And I'm like, you know what? Even if I just do a one-shot book, That'll be 40 pages. I'm gonna sit down and just do that story.
Do it.
Do it. You know? Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, that's like, you know, I love earlier this year when I tell my ex that I needed to meet someone who could score the music for my spoken word poetry album. And you know what he said to me? He said, go do it yourself. You got an iPhone and GarageBand. And that's exactly what I did.
Really?
I did my own music for my spoken word poetry album. Now, partly is he was being a kind of that day, but he also passed away before I ever actually got to work on the album. But so he probably wouldn't have actually made me do it by myself had he still been with us. But yeah, I got to do that. I got to do the music myself. Thank you.
Later tonight, Dory's going to be closing out the campaign for her book, her poetry book. It's going to be closed out later tonight, like 10 o'clock, or I mean, like midnight on the West Coast, right? So it's like 3 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, and she's like, "I'd really like, Pops, if you come hang out with me." And I'm like,
and it's creators creating. I'm gonna be painting. I know at least two or three other people that are gonna be painting and sketching. Ernest, you can come on. You don't even have to talk. You can just, you know. What we're doing right now, we're gonna have a creators creating party starting at 10 o'clock tonight.
I gotta ask you, Ernest.
What's that?
Have you turned Devin on to the madness?
Not this is first time. Cause I spoke to him to you about a couple of times, but like I let him get on first so he can find out. Cause I said Pops got the connections.
So Devin, do you Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a
like how do we find Devin?
It's called the Comic Related Madness. And it's my networking and promotion group. I want you to come out here, join the madness, drop this link a couple times, you know, a day, once in the morning, once at night. Come out on some of the shows. Like this guy here, Will, he's my co-host on CromCon. He has a show of his own called Creators Outlet. He will be glad to have you guys out on his show. There are so many podcasters in the madness. There are many people that promote what you guys do in the madness. People like Frog G, who will go up to Twitter and tell everybody about what you guys are doing, even if nobody on Twitter knows what you guys are doing. You see what I'm saying? It's like the network is growing. It's seriously growing, and it's starting to have solid effect. And the best thing you can do right now, man, is join the madness and tell everybody what you're doing in there.
Okay, then I'm going to get Ernest, and we're going to come join the madness.
Oh, Ernest is in the madness.
I'm in the madness.
Okay, then I guess I got to join the madness.
You don't need to tell me where you are, but are you in Texas?
Of course, I'm in Houston.
Okay. I think I just found you on Facebook. So I'm dying. Okay. This thing about stop moving to Texas, it's full. Is that you?
I think so.
I'm dying, Devin, because one of the jobs I got laid off from like 6 years ago is because they sent all of the business to Austin. They moved all of the corporate headquarter people to Austin, and I remember being mad at Texas for taking. I'm like, it took my job, man. I didn't go. I could have, but I wasn't going to go to Texas.
Well, you don't want to go to Austin now.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Louisiana. I've had enough of my humidity for my lifetime. I'm good.
No, we were just in California, and the whole time we were there, it was just people, the homeless people everywhere, and they're saying that Austin is getting like that.
Yeah. What part of California did you visit?
We were in LA.
Yeah. Did you go to Tent? So you saw Tent City stuff, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
What, Pops?
Ernest, look what I got.
Oh my God.
Ernest, look.
That's rad.
I gotta get one of those. I gotta get one of those, God dog it.
Hey, you're gonna need to send me the link so I can join the madness.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta do that. Because, look, I don't know if he's told you about CromCon or all the other things that we do. This particular show is geared toward first time comic creators, first time publishers, which is how y'all got on here, because Ernest is a first time publisher.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like I said, but Devin has Oblivion. He has
right.
That's
See,
local.
normally you wouldn't have qualified for this show, but because Ernest is a first time publisher, you get to come out here with him and talk about your book as well as him.
Is
talk about
Oblivion
it.
on the same website you have in front of us, Pops?
no.
Or Devin, or is that on a different site?
That's
Devin?
on. I think that's on a different.
It's on a
site, I think.
different site because what he hasn't told you is I've worked with 2 different companies. So I have a book that's actually called Las Locas, and I'm on my like 5th issue, and everybody is going nuts for that book. But that was that's like the first one I've done, and then I did 2 books, Age of Oblivion books, and that character I'm thinking about bringing over it to Onyx Comics too.
Cool.
Devin, you remind me of a conversation I had with someone like probably about 3 or 4 months ago, where they wanted to interview me about La Première Tomée or something, and I can't remember exactly how they questioned the question, so I'm not going to disrespect the question because I don't know how they put it, but it was similar to like the person assumed that La Première Tomée was the first book and made a comment, and I go, this is my 8th publication, because I got, like I couldn't help it. Like I try to be kind when I reply, but sometimes it just,
No, like I've been saying, I've been trying to break out in comic books since '95.
Right.
I've been out there forever. As a matter of fact, Ernest met me at a show at MegaCon. I was promoting my 2 books when he met me, and he was like telling me about how he was interested in getting into comic books. And I was like, okay, so tell me what you're gonna do, because I get 1,000 people walk up to me and they're like, dude, I'm gonna start a comic book, and they go do 1 comic book and they come back, and then the following year I'm like, okay, where's the second issue? Oh man, I'm over here selling Legos. Nah. So you did 1 comic book that I done got from you, and I'm never gonna get another issue of this book. And I've got like thousands of 1-issue comic books at my house from doing shows.
Nice.
So that was the main thing he was not gonna do. Ernest, he came to me, he's like, hey, I'm gonna do a book. Do you got any ideas? Do I have any ideas?
Yeah, he said, do I?
Right?
Yeah, I got one. He said, do I?
Yeah, I have I don't know. I've lost count of the number of times someone asked me if I was going to go in demand, and I'm like, no. And it wasn't that I don't want to or don't want to sell more, but I have 3 books written right here next to this bed that are next. Okay. Not to mention fulfillment for my backers or my
marketing department. If she had a marketing department and a sales department to handle all that other stuff for her, so she could just start.
Yeah, because my next book is written and it's illustrated. I just need to put it together and get it to publishers.
See, this is another thing that some of these
or I'll just go publish it on my Amazon.
That some of my creative friends need, and that's somebody to take over so they can continue on with what they're doing, but somebody that can take over the marketing and sales of the previous issues, of the previous works. Somebody to run the store, so to speak. You know?
For the most part, everything on my campaign will be available in my shop, except the edition that Indiegogo backers are getting is not going to be in my shop, and it will not be on my Amazon.
And that's where we need to be going next. Amazon,
yep.
I will have, and if it does, if it does go to Amazon, it will definitely not be the same book. I have promised my Indigo backers that the edition that they get in the mail will be different than what is publicly out there otherwise.
Okay.
That's the one thing I promised them.
Ernest, we're going to talk about where
Where do they
we're going to talk about different platforms, and I'm gonna make sure that you have somebody to talk to who has used each of these platforms, so you
Cool.
know exactly what to expect going in, so you don't
Gotcha.
get hit with no sideways surprises. You know what I'm saying? Um, Glenn B. Fleming uses Amazon. Good person to talk to about his experiences with Amazon. Um, you got William Samuel Quentin uses Kickstarter and Indiegogo, uses them both successfully. Also uses Comics Mainstream, has his books in spinner racks in stores. He's also talking to the guys at Liberty about, working with them. So there are a lot of avenues, but the point I'm making is that I probably know somebody who successfully used every platform. And
Even Comixology.
even that,
I know someone who's on
they
Comixology, but
just kind of did a switch up on that. That one's, I don't know right now, because they messed with the platform somehow.
yeah. Well, I know. What's his name? RJ is, as a publisher, they have books that they've published that are on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're on Amazon, but RJ's publishing company is the one who fulfills the stuff.
Right.
If I'm Ernest,
That's it.
that'll be what Ernest is doing next.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
No.
when
Right? Like he's
as
gonna get
Ernest-
he'll be doing that
as
next.
Ernest starts talking to some of these people about, as he tells me, hey, I want to check out this platform, and I say, okay, go talk to this person, and then he'll have a good idea what to expect when he
Okay.
approaches that
Well,
platform. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. That
Well-
is the thing I have had.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
that pretty much Devin will be contacting you more than me, because Devin talking about getting a truck and doing an old school tape style, selling these bad boys out of the back of a truck, getting on the road.
That's
and
not a bad idea. I have a
So-
feeling, and Devin wasn't here for when I was talking about this, but what you just said, Ernest, oh my God, I have a feeling based off just the 2 conversations I had with the comic book store owners, if I had walked in with actual books of La Première Tome, I have a feeling they probably would have put some in their store. Well,
Devin,
hey, that's what Loretta. That's how Loretta Lynn did it. Her and Duke got in. They got in a thing with the albums, and they went to all the radio stations. That's how they got.
Well,
Like
this
drive
is
on down to
this
South
is what's
Florida, where
happening.
you got like 1 million comic book stores all in a very small area, and you can just run from store to store to store, drop off 10, 20 books at each one, and it's like there's a ton of comic book stores in Florida, man.
Guys, I just did that here in
Uh-huh.
Houston. That's why I was telling him that I was
Ooh.
thinking about getting an RV, throwing books in the back of the RV, and starting to hit Louisiana, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Texas, hit all of the spots. Because when I go into comic book stores here, basically I walk in, I talk to the manager, and they're like, okay, Devin, let me see the book. And once they see the book, they're like,
Right.
dude, I'll take 30 of them. And
Exactly.
they start putting them in different stores, because here in Houston, most of the owners of the comic book stores, they don't have just one store. They may own 5 different stores.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
that I think there was out of those San Diego stores that because I want to say there's like 8 or 9 that I could find online just Googling or whatever, and like at least 2 or 3 were all owned by the same people.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody has franchises. Now, what we're also thinking about is, because everybody keeps saying that book looks like heavy metal. Me and Ernest may actually sit down and do a story for Heavy Metal magazine.
Mm.
I just happen to have friends at Heavy Metal magazine.
Yeah,
Well-
I don't know if it's heavy metal, but I do have a friend who writes. He's a writer, and he specifically writes comic books about rock bands. But I want to say they're unauthorized comic books. They're not.
Yeah, that's what. Basically, though, we have, I think, Frank Forte still a senior editor over there at Heavy Metal magazine.
Yeah.
Who else? I think Les Linden Gardner might still be
Yeah, I don't know.
Working with the people at Heavy Metal Magazine. I got some friends that have connections at Heavy Metal Magazine.
Okay, well, we want to do a story, a coffee story for Heavy Metal Magazine.
Nice.
Cool. See, that's what I mean. That's all I'm trying to do is that kind of stuff. Collaborations, networking, promotions. That's what the comic related madness is about. The end game is having you guys books in stores. That's a goal that's now achievable through the madness, through, people in the madness. It's now achievable that your books can be on store shelves. And that's, to me, that's been the end game the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's
You
the end game, to get them in the stores.
Ernest knows, man. I live out in the boonies in Southwest Michigan. The nearest comic book store is along, 45-minute drive or whatever. And I go in there. Your book ain't there. None of the books of the people's that I want to buy are in there. It's just the mainstream stuff, and I ain't interested.
We're coming.
I want you guys' books in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like where my drive comes from, is to put you guys' books in store shelves so I can go down there and buy it and not have to pay to have every single book shipped to me.
Well, the whole reason, the whole reason I was convinced to do an actual campaign, because I had no interest in it. I was just going to put my book in Amazon and go about my life and do my next project. But the whole reason I was convinced was to fund an actual printing of the book, so I could have not just the book I'm going to be able to give to my backers, but also have more books to do stuff like what you guys are talking about. That had not, it had occurred to me, but again, like I said, I always have another project. I always have another project waiting. So I do not.
Art related.
ADHD. I don't have attention deficit disorder. No.
One project to the next. That's all. One project to the next.
If there is some kind of condition for easily bored with boring bullshit, that's me, and it has nothing to do with attention. Okay, I don't do sequential art because I like to do something new every time. Got pops. Now I do, when I am doing my art, I won't eat, like we were talking about. I will forget to eat.
Forget to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Devin wasn't here for this part. I lost 24 pounds when I illustrated my haiku book, Devin.
How?
Because I
would be sitting here like I'd look like Ernest is right now, and I'd be sketching or whatever, and before you knew it, I'd look up, it'd be like 11 midnight, 1 a.m. or something, and I'd be like, oh, I haven't eaten.
You're completely the opposite from me, because if I'm in here and I'm writing, you better believe it's like stains on the paper and stuff from food.
Okay, now you know what? 100% when I'm writing. No, he's right though. When I'm writing, I usually have all kinds of snacks around. It's a trip. When I art, about the only thing I really have near me or care to have near me is beverage. But when I'm writing, he's not even kidding. I'm like, okay, I've got my licorice. Okay, I've got my chips. Okay, I've got I don't know what it is. He's right. When I got a hand-to-mouth thing that comes up when I'm writing. It's weird.
Right. It's like you're feeding your mind.
Right. But I don't know, something about when I'm creating art, okay, your book is about multiple dimensions. So when I am on a piece, when I'm looking at a piece, whether it's a canvas or paper, it doesn't matter. I'm not in this realm. I don't know if Ernest can relate to that, but I'm not here. Okay, I'm in that piece. I'm on that paper.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the canvas.
I can relate to that.
I am not here. So to bring me back to ground, or bring me back to this realm or this 3D dimension, whatever you want to fucking call it. I need a Mrs. Onyx in my life, okay? But, but the good news is that my pants still fit, and my jeans are the same size, so I'm not really complaining, okay? The 24 pounds needed to go. They needed to go. Not complaining.
Another good thing. Good idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say after the COVID year, basically the illustrated haiku book took the COVID weight off of me.
Okay.
So that was a good thing.
Now,
Yeah.
I will say, I'm really happy for you, Ernest.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad.
Yay.
I'm so glad this is finally going down, dude. And any of you guys out there that are interested in maybe talking to Ernest about having him publish your book, he's in the madness. He's easy to find. Obviously he's got something figured out, right? Because he's selling this book for $5. Got something figured out, right? So y'all get with Ernest. Let's turn Onyx Comics into a force to be reckoned with out here.
Yeah, and if you guys want to check me out, you can check out Devin on Devin's Comics by Devin.
Now that's cool because he do the toy review.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Comics by D on Twitter? Yep. Comics by D on Twitter. I found you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, yes, it's Comics by D on Twitter.
So Comics by D is your Twitter handle, and then
there's Devin Comics Adventure.
Is that your wife next to you, Devin? She gets me. She's like, women, we're like the FBI, dude. Don't try to pass nothing over on us. We will find
what do you mean? My wife is also my editor.
Yeah, we're gonna find you. I'm just saying, we know how to do our recon and research.
Yeah, she's always there. She's like my editor, and my son is like my assistant editor. He's like sitting there reading the comic book, telling me about ideas for the next book.
Nice.
Well, I just followed you on Twitter, my friend.
Okay. Everybody go to my if you get a chance, go to my YouTube page too.
That's nice.
And TikTok.
Yeah,
Okay.
and TikTok.
Here's
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Everything is on the back of the comic book.
Yeah.
You turn the comic book around on the back, all my information is on the back
your
of the book.
YouTube link is not on your Twitter.
No.
Okay.
We'll have to edit that.
Do you have a link tree yet, Devin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I do so much. So my teenage sons tease me all the time because I'm on more social media platforms than they are.
I'm on everything. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube.
Devin's Comics Adventure.
That's me. Devin's Comics Adventure. My son actually is going around. He's the one filming everything, and he's the one that's basically editing everything.
Oh, that's so rad.
So my 13-year-old is like, okay, Dad, let's go we go to comic book stores and show you the different comic book stores, because everyone used to always say, well, Devin, if I'm Houston, where do I go? Well, this is where you go. And we take you there.
That's so cool. Okay. I got you. I found it.
That just changed things up a little bit, see, because I got a little bit of a presence over there on that Twitter thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I've kind of learned over time. There's a certain thing I'm gonna maybe do over Twitter. There's something I'll probably use Instagram first for something else, or I'll use this for that, or whatever. I try to put
TikTok has done like wonders. It was like some little girls that were telling me about TikTok at a show, and I was like, what do you mean? It was like, Devin, go on TikTok and just tell them about your stuff. And I went on there and everyone went nuts.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And I admittedly probably use it more for a video editing software, but I do like TikTok. I do more of my comedy stuff on there. If I do, that's usually with my first, like I was saying, like if I'm going to do something that's art related, like my paintings, it's usually going to go on my actual .com. But then like if it's comedy, stand-up comedy related, it's probably going to go on TikTok or Twitter first. It depends on what the content is that I'm creating. So
All right, so I'm
So,
gonna give
Ernest, are you going to show us what you've been working on this whole time? Do we get to see the art that you're working?
Man, sure. I don't work. I don't did um a couple pieces actually.
Really? Because Pops has you on solo layout, by the way. So you get to give us a gallery showing of what you've just done
Yeah.
tonight.
But
Do you hear him, Pops? Oh, you're going to show us what you did? He goes, well, I did a couple pieces. Oh, really?
yeah. I'm working on a couple pieces. This
Yeah.
one is a
Wow. Oh, that's so rad. Are his feet?
doing it, Ernest. Same as
What?
always, bro.
That's
yeah.
so...
That's a commission piece, and then this is a piece I just did.
Oh, I just whipped this up.
Yeah. And then
That's
I was finishing up this for Devin. I just ain't done just finish it all the way.
Wait a minute. What is that?
What is that? He's hot. I like that. I like the beard.
That's
Is this
another
your guy from your book, Devin?
That's the start of a art book. Here we go.
Here we go. I like the beard. I'm all about that. Wait, hold on.
The beard gang, huh? The beard gang.
Oh, I'm just saying. No, I can't say. Pops put me on timeout before the show. He's like, you gotta behave. Be a good girl. Gotta be good.
My Dory is a horrible flirt, a terrible flirt, a wonderful flirt. But you know what I'm saying? It's like
No, I'm just the natural. You know what? I feel like I really do feel that God put me on this planet, and part of my purpose is to reassure men of their sweetness or their beautifulness or their creativity. and then there's the stand-up comic that says, half of what I say is meant to be deliberately offensive.
Yeah.
The other half is meant to be deliberately offensive.
Yeah.
so.
I feel like I haven't done my job if someone hasn't blocked me today.
Well,
Anyway,
as long as I get two people to join me, I don't mind if one person blocks me. You know how we do it.
When someone blocks me after a stand-up joke, that is the badge of honor that I'm funny. I'm just saying.
I've been friends with Ernest for a couple of years now. I've been following Ernest, and like I say, his art's all over the house. The kids all have a piece of his art. I have a piece of his art. My son and his wife have a piece of Ernest's art. Ernest is part of the family here,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm really, really glad to see that he's going to make this happen. And like I said, I'm going to encourage anybody who wants to, just art and take the business part of it off your shoulders. Talk to Ernest. Become part of Onyx Comics. What else are we here for but to help each other out and whatnot, right? So,
Right.
if that can help somebody out, I'm all down with it. Any way I can help you out, Ernest, I'm down with that.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
We'll be talking some more this week. So I can pass some of the information on to Devin about because I know right. Devin can talk to him. This is talk to the people too, so they can get to know him and fill him out.
Critical Blast, RJ over there at Critical Blast. He's gonna want to talk to you guys. Okay, he's the one that's making international shipping a possibility for everybody. Making it cheap.
And that's what we're trying to do. Be international.
You see what I'm saying? So I want to make sure
got books in different area codes.
Right, Critical Blast, right up here somewhere. Yeah, Critical Blast, that one right there. Yep. They got a show. He's also, a logistics company for fulfillment and whatnot. So I definitely want you guys talking to him. Get with Will at Creators Outlet. Get on his show. We'll get you out here. We'll get you seen. And, start getting some results. I like the fact that 240 people walked away from MegaCon with one of those books. I want to see more people getting that book. So,
Woohoo.
That's what we do, man.
That's what we do. Yes, sir.
I was super excited. I'm glad I got to be here today. It was very nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, man. You know, like I said, I always talk to Pops. You know, when Pop had when I first met him and I got online with him, first time we met, we talked for like, we streamed live. We didn't talk on the phone. We streamed live for like
Nice.
3 hours. For like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. I can
And
believe.
then after a while, we call each other, check on each other. And then one day I'm scrolling through my feed and he's angry. So I'm like, so I called him up. I said, you okay? Yeah, man, you know, these people, there's this bull crap going on. Ernest, I just want to help people. And sometimes they get me screwed in and they'll be like, well, you know what, you can't help them all, you know, or especially if he's doing better now. Because at first he would get
doing better,
online.
Pops.
Yeah, at first he would get online. If he sees something that was, he goes, you know me, Ernest, I can't keep my mouth closed. I got to comment on that.
No, Pops, you don't. Actually, you don't.
I've gotten a lot better though, Dory. No, Ernest will tell you, I've gotten a lot better over the last couple of years.
I know. Yeah, I'm teasing you. I've never. Well, Pops and I had our own
I
little
wanted
phone.
to change the world with social media, Dory. I wanted to change the world with social media. And you know that shit ain't happening, right?
Of course not. That's about as likely as someone telling me the government can be trusted. Come on.
It took people like Ernest, now not just Ernest, but Varian at IndieVolt, Randy at IndieVolt. These are the people that talk me down. These are the people that talk me down. They bring me back down to, just go back to doing what you're doing. Power through this. Don't worry about these guys. Just another speed bump in the trailer park of life, baby. You know.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, these guys are the ones. Look, Ernest and Varian and Randy, you know. They amazing help to me keeping going and not quitting and not, you know, just going, man, screw these people, you know, just because every now and then there'll be that one person that just doesn't want to.
I get it.
Play the game the way the game should be played, right? There's always somebody that wants to skirt the rules, or you know, wants something extra for nothing, or whatever. There's always that one person that tries to ruin it for everybody else. You know.
Yeah, and it's usually the
kind of guy that will remind me.
Yeah, the
Ernest
comparative
that will remind me. It's like you're helping 60 people next weekend. Don't worry.
See where you started, Ernest?
Oh yeah.
He'd be the one. He'd be the one that would do it. You know.
You can't even tell me, Pops. I love you. I tell the girls I mentor when I have a few people I mentee or I mentored them. They're my mentees, and I tell them it's called scroll your feed, scroll right past that bullshit.
No.
Not your monkeys. It's not your monkeys, man. It's not your monkeys, not your circus. Just scroll.
No, this isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about people direct attacks on me and what I'm doing.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
And
I would be hot. I would be hot. And I'd want to go out there and just crucify and it'd be like Ernest, and, you know, Varian, they'd be the ones that talk me down, and they'd be like, no, man, just you know what you're doing. It's like you got this one person that don't give that one person the power over you of all the other people that you help. You're going to go out at CromCon this month and you're going to help 60 or 70 freaking people. Don't let that one clown fuck that up. That's what they would teach me. That's what they would tell me.
Of course.
Like, no, dude. You
Absolutely.
know, don't let these people do this to you, man. Pops, chill out. Come down. You know, and I always going to love Ernest for that because he's helped me out more than once, man, where I was like, yeah, I'm about done with you, motherfucker. I'm not done.
Yep.
You know, and no, it'd be like, no, man, there's way too much good to be
good
done.
advice. It's excellent advice. I mean, I felt, and we don't even have to say any details, but I fell prey to my own irrationality earlier this year after we met, by allowing a circumstance with someone else to affect my relationship with you. And I'm like, no, that's a triangulation of bullshit. Relationships are between two people. My relationship with Pops is my relationship with Pops. And this other thing, I had to put that aside and go, I'm not allowing that to fuck up a relationship I have with anyone. I'm not taking sides.
And see, this is the whole thing. It's like there's so many people out there that don't like me. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm still doing what I do, and I'm helping people.
Oh, and I can, I can relate. I can relate.
All I want to do is get eyes on people's projects. More eyes on Devin's project. More eyes on what Ernest is doing. More eyes on what you're doing. That's all I want to do. You know, anybody who can't get behind that, I don't get it. I mean, are you here to, help, raise the tide, keep all the boats afloat, or why are you here? Because if you're only here for yourself, your fan base is not going to grow very much.
No, that's a good point. Does Devin know this? Devin probably. I was just checking. I was doing a spot check. Is Devin still there?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm just listening and learning. Remember, I'm the outside. I'm the outside person. All you guys know each other.
Oh, I'm super new to this group, though, Devin. Let me tell you, I've been hazed. I was given the initiation. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. There's no hazing, really. That's
greatest thing about the madness, Devin. You're gonna find out the greatest thing about the comic-related madness is you can scroll back for 6 months and you will never see a who can beat who post. You will never see a garbage political post. You just don't. It's all networking and promotion. It's the best kept secret on Facebook.
It's all comics. It's nothing but comics. Nothing but indie comics, actually.
Yeah.
Well, an independent haiku illustrated graphic series.
but you're still gonna be a comic person whether you like it or not.
But
I am a comic book writer. I am officially. I was told I have officially wrote. Okay, yeah, there's only 6, but I have 16 years of comedy written and ready for a sequential artist who's willing to do my comic book. But I'm not going to pay an artist. I'm going to find a partner who wants to co-partner for me. There you go. That's all.
And I made a bit of a splash tonight too myself. I kind of partnered up with Rich Parada. And he draw and write my concept of a comic that I just came up with like a few hours ago, and he was like, "Oh, I got to do that." So, Ernest, there's going to be a comic out there that I created the concept for. Watch out for that one, baby. Now then, Friday night, Devin, are you doing anything?
When?
Friday night.
Around what time, sir?
8 p.m. Eastern.
No, sir. Because 8 p.m. Eastern is 7 p.m. Okay, Pops. Let me tell you a little story about me. I have like 3 or 4 jobs trying to come up with the money to pay these artists and stuff to be able to do this book. So with me, Ernest has to get in touch with me because you'll be calling me. And if I had like a camera, you'll see me driving and 1,000 kids will be in the background and stuff. Tell her, what's going on, Mr. Richard? And you'll see football players and volleyball and cheer and all of that. Cause that's like one of my jobs, or you'll see an airplane fly over us at another one. Cause I'm just doing so much stuff. So, normally you would have to catch me around maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, well, the reason I say Friday is because this weekend is my monthly online Comic-Con event.
Comic-Con.
CromCon
what?
CromCon 17, baby.
CromCon 17.
Is it always on a Friday?
No, it's
no.
No, see, it's
Friday through Sunday.
the last weekend of the month. It kicks off Friday night with an open panel. Just anybody can come out, pretty much. And then Saturday and Sunday are all fully scheduled. But RJ from Critical Blast is doing the panel Sunday night at 9 o'clock as well. So Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, or Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to come out and hang out with us at CromCon, you're welcome. Same with you, Ernest.
Okay, I might get Ernest and we try to do that Sunday night.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you get to talk to RJ. RJ does the logistics, and he's the guy that has the overseas shipping plan.
Overseas shipping. That's the guy we need to talk to.
Yeah. They're setting it up where they're like printing your books overseas and just shipping them out right to the people, in that country or in that area. He's
also the part where he is doing the work for guys from outside of the country, but he's doing their fulfillment here.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to send some books to Mexico and have them translated into Spanish, he would be the person to talk to.
He could probably tell you who to talk to if he doesn't have the answer.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd do the actual translation, but
no, I have somebody to do the translation. I'm just looking for somebody to actually get the book in stores in Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if RJ's doing the retail part yet or not. What he's doing is like, okay, suppose you have a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo, and you have 35 people in the UK that ordered your book, and you don't want to pay $30 a piece to ship these books to the UK. And the people in the UK don't want to pay $30 to get your book shipped to them. RJ either has them all printed over there and shipped out, or prints them here and has them sent to a hub person there who ships them all out from there, lowering the cost of shipping overseas.
Okay.
Shipping overseas is ridiculous right now. And he's just, he's got some awesome, he also does fulfillment, where he does all the bagging, boarding, Gemini mailing, all that, So he's a good dude to get to know in any way. Anyway, he has a good show that promotes. He's just a good guy to get to know all the way around. He's going to be able to help you one way or another, So Sunday night, if you guys want, I will hit you with the link on Sunday night. You can come out and meet RJ and tell him about what you guys do.
Okay.
That'll work.
All right, man.
So,
I'm gonna let Dory go get ready for her show.
Well, it's at 10 o'clock. I got plenty of time.
Yeah,
but I don't know how late anyone is up, but at Doris Jones Labors of Love, which is my YouTube channel, I will be going live at 10 p.m. for a closeout party stream. It's creators creating, so no one
10 p.m. Pacific or
10 p.m. 10 p.m. California time, Pacific time, which is
just
whatever it is
over here to us East Coast people.
You guys have to do the math. I'm a girl. I was not born with the math gene.
I don't think time zones got shit to do with math anymore.
Oh man, I just came across one of my comedy things that came up in my feed. It was a conversation with my kid where he goes, I go, kid, like, you have homework, and he goes, yeah, but you're not. This actually happened.
You can't help me with this.
He says to me, he goes, yeah, I got homework, but you're of no use to me. Not that you can't help me. He says, you are of no use to me. That's what my child says to me.
So you didn't make no dinner or nothing, did you?
No. And I'll get ready to be like, I'm about ready to fight. Like, here we go. Like, we're going. Shots fired across the bow, right? And I go, what is that supposed to mean? And he goes, Mom, it's math. And I just couldn't help it. I'm like, oh, that checks out.
Oh yeah.
And I just left him alone. I just left him alone and went to the kitchen and cooked the dinner, because that's what I'm good at. Well, I'm good at that in a little lot of things. I can do math.
Hold up.
Hold up.
I thought that ended last night. Is that ending tonight, Frog?
There's 2 different campaigns, I think. Isn't there?
I thought that one ended last.
IGT. Maybe
I
it's
don't
going out in demand. I don't know. I do know
and
that
yeah, this
I
one,
do.
this
I
one's
do
closing
it.
out later tonight.
Yeah, mine is closing out at 11:59 EST.
All right, so y'all check
Yeah.
So
out
anyway,
onyx4comics.com.
yeah.
Go check out Ernest's art. Pick up some of that art, man. You thought it's $25 for the original art, right? $25.
And don't do prints.
And don't do prints. You won't see prints. You won't see prints of the art you buy. Okay, you'll have the original piece. You'll never see a print of it. All right, buy some Ernest art. Go check out Devin's book. Buy it. I like it. I have it.
You know what I love about what Ernest just said? Like, I was kind of feeling guilty because I don't put prints of any of my artwork on my site until the original has sold. And because someone asked me about having a print of one of my pieces, but I still have the original canvas painting, right? And I go, yeah, no, prints will not be like how does that, Ernest, was that where that's from? Like, do you do that too? Do you kind of hold your prints? Do you ever do prints? No, never.
Never. Mm-mm.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So I like that.
I
because everybody
get,
else does.
well, I get
Because
that
everybody else
because
does.
I still, like, for a long time I wouldn't do them at all. Same thing as what he just said. I just wouldn't do them at all. Then I kind of did. I started, but like I just said, the only pieces you'll find that are available for prints on my site, if memory serves me correct, I could be wrong. I could have put one. I don't think so. I'm almost positive they're all artwork I don't have. If I sell the original, then the next, okay, I'm willing to make a print with it.
All right, so we got to shut this down so we can go over there and support these guys doing this Mavericks closeout. It closes tonight. It will go in demand, but they had a closeout. They had a closeout stream last night on Red Valkyrie, and I misunderstood, thought it was ending last night. It's ending tonight. You guys still got one chance to go over there and get something off that campaign. Now look.
Oh, I got that campaign backed. I'm good. I'm all set.
There is a beautiful print that has Crom on it in that campaign. I just want you to know.
There's all kinds of stuff in that campaign. You can go shopping. Yeah, I'm good.
Great campaign, no doubt. All right, everybody, we're going to close this down. Devin, tell everybody again where they can find you on Twitter, where they can find you on Facebook, TikTok, all that.
You can find me on Devin's Comics Adventure on YouTube. You can find me on Comics by Devin. That'll be on Facebook. And on Twitter, it's Comics by Devin also.
Cool. I already followed you over there, so
I got that one.
You can follow me on TikTok too, Devin Richard.
Nice.
Ernest, tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
So what?
Tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Oh, right at my drum board.
There you
go. You can find me. Okay, now I have two Instagrams. One is Onyx Comics, and then the other one is Onyx Comics 1. Okay, here's the difference. Onyx Comics is the superhero, the clean stuff. Onyx Comics 1 is not so safe for artwork. The NFS, that's the adult. That's the adult. That's the adult Instagram.
Draws boobs. Yes, he does. Okay.
And then you can find me on Facebook as Ernest McClendon, and then you can find me on Tumblr.
Oh, did you freeze?
As Onyx.
Oh, okay. Yep, he's going in and out. We're losing you, bro. We're losing you. Yep. Devin?
Sir.
It was nice meeting you, my friend.
Hey, I'm here, man.
We're definitely looking forward to networking with you, getting this thing seen and getting you some work, man. Looking forward to it. Ernest,
Yes.
I want to see you guys Sunday night, man. 9:00 Eastern.
9:00 Eastern. Okay. Now what time would that be for Devin? 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
Because he called me like, "Are y'all on now?" I said, "Yeah, 8:00." He said, "Dude, I'm in Texas, remember?" I'm like, "Oh shit, my bad, bro. It's 7:00 where you at. It's 7:00 where you at."
Yes, sir.
With me, it's always Eastern time, man. All my shows, everything I do is all Eastern time. But
Okay,
yeah,
so
I
that's
really
8
look
o'clock
forward to
on
seeing
Sunday.
you guys on Sunday at 9 p.m. during CromCon. That'll be the final panel. So, it'll be a blast. You guys will love it. You'll love RJ. You'll love, what we do.
Cool.
And,
Thank you,
I think
Pops.
I
We'll
just
be
heard a
we'll be there at
motion.
9.
Woohoo.
Thank you, Miss Dory.
My pleasure. I look forward to get to see the book, and definitely looking forward to your poetry when you get it out there.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm excited.
So, I'm going to play a commercial or two on my way out. It was great having you guys all out. Dory, as always, thanks for coming out, hanging out with us. Ernest, love you, bro.
I'm just here to make the visual aesthetic prettier.
Okay.
Peace out, you guys.
Peace out. Go get some sleep, Devin. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Oh, yeah. That's where I'm on my way to.
So stay tuned this weekend, y'all, for
Come get some.
Just a moment.
has been production of the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community. Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties? Countdown.